Another thing that people have been hearing about, let's talk about the NBA for a second. Something a little bit more, I guess, lighthearted, right? Let's talk about some sports. First of all, big shout out, big rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, as well as the other victims in that horrific helicopter accident. But today, I just want to be happy. I want to celebrate. I want to say thank you, and I want to just congratulate the entire Kobe Bryant family and the entire Bryant family, you know, from mom, dad, everybody. I mean, everybody that played a role for what an incredible journey. And finally seeing him in the Hall of Fame is incredible. You know, Kobe Bryant was officially placed into the NBA Hall of Fame. The Basketball Hall of Fame, I guess is what I should say. And, you know, when you start talking about one of the greatest Hall of Fames of all time, classes, this is up there. You've got Kobe Bryant, you've got Kevin Garnett, and you've got Tim Duncan. I mean, three players that whatever team they were on, their team had a chance to probably win in the playoffs. Like, they're always one thing away, you know, whether it's another superstar, whether it's an awesome coach. Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, and Kevin Garnett were always a step away from a championship. And they always got to that step. Yeah, that's the difference between Charles Barkley and some of those other people, right? You know, not taking anything away from Karl Malone and John Stockton and Charles Barkley and all these people, Tracy McGrady, all these people that never won championships in the NBA. But they were always one step away. You know, they're always maybe a great coach away, or maybe, you know, another Hall of Fame teammate away. Because, I mean, you think about it, Kobe Bryant had Shaq, Pau Gasol. You know, he had other big man Hall of Fames. I mean, even Andrew Bynum for a little bit was really, really good. And you look at Tim Duncan. I mean, Tim Duncan plays for the Spurs, man. Like, he was already, like, the Spurs were already solid, and then they tanked. And then they got Tim Duncan, and then they immediately started winning, basically. I mean, so Tim Duncan never had to really, like, he stepped into a great situation. Kobe Bryant didn't really step into a great situation. Kevin Garnett didn't really step into a great situation. Okay? Like, sure, Kobe stepped into a situation where he had Shaq, he had Nick Van Exel, he had other people that were playing in front of him, so he didn't even start his first year. He didn't start his second year. I think he started like halfway. So, you know, the roads for all these guys are different, but I just look at these three guys and I think these are all people that you would want on your team. These guys would be first picks on your team. If you're creating a team, you know, you didn't have the very first pick. Even if you did have the very first pick, man, I would take Kobe. Are you kidding me? I'm taking Kobe. I'm taking this guy. You kidding me? I'm taking the Black Mamba in anything. If it's curling, I'm taking Kobe Bryant. If it's archery, I'm taking Kobe Bryant. If it's ping pong, I'm taking Kobe Bryant. You get my point? I want winners, and that guy is a winner. Excuse me. Yeah, is. He is forever a winner. Not was, is. It's always. You know what I mean? And not to take anything away from Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett, but you look at these careers, if you want to rank them one by one, because a lot of people do this. A lot of people compare Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant. They do it. I don't know why. I do know why. It's because they both had similar career years. They both had a long career with the same team. I get it. But I just don't think that Tim Duncan is equal to or greater than Kobe Bryant. I look at it from a lot of different angles. First of all, could you imagine if Kobe stepped into the Spurs? Could you imagine if Kobe stepped in and immediately had all that around him? I mean, if he was given the same opportunities immediately, different story. On top of that, How old was Kobe Bryant when he entered the NBA? How old? 17. 17 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Duncan was in his 20s. We're talking about a boy going into a man's league, and I'm not saying he dominated from the beginning. He wasn't like LeBron. LeBron, different animal. We'll talk about LeBron another day. Today's Kobe. Today's 24's day. Today's 24's day. You understand me? 4 in the 2, the 24. That's what it is today. And, you know, Kobe Bryant came into the league as a high schooler that had just graduated, had some shortcomings, but after a couple years, started picking it up. All of a sudden, we're starting to see glimpses. All of a sudden, we're starting to see flashes. And everybody always talked about it. You know, I was watching a game yesterday. It was Kobe Bryant versus Michael Jordan, 96. Excuse me, no, it was, yeah. It might have been 98, my bad. Might have been 98. And, yeah, it was 98. And I'm watching the game on YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. They uploaded a lot of these games. You can watch them too. And even they make the mention in the commentary of the game. They say Kobe Bryant practices with the first team for the Los Angeles Lakers as a rookie. He practiced with him so he could get used to playing with other professionals that are also really, really good. And by playing with the backups and by playing with the practice guys, the coach thought it was more beneficial to legitimately play him with the starters. So, like, this guy's doing that as a teenager. And then, obviously, through his 20s, he's bananas. He's unbelievable. He's Kobe Bean Bryant. And you want to watch another game that's the reason why Kobe Bryant is arguably the greatest player of all time. You want to watch another game that says that? Watch the Olympics. Watch the Olympics versus Spain. I watched that lately, too. And I tell you, unbelievable. It's the highest stakes in the world. It's the Olympics. Spain is up. And it goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then the fourth quarter comes around. And it's late in the fourth quarter. And Kobe comes down, drains a three. I mean, he scored about 8-9 points in a row in the fourth quarter of the Olympic gold medal game against the Spanish that had been playing together their entire life. Their entire life, ladies and gentlemen. You're talking about Ricky Rubio, Pau Gasol, Rudy Fernandez, Marc Gasol. Guys, those gentlemen had been playing together for years. The Redeem Team had been playing together for maybe months. And so it took arguably the greatest basketball player ever lighting it up, going on fire, and closing out against the greatest basketball team that the country chants in the crowd as the game went on. And Kobe Bryant silenced him. Sent him away. You know, putting away his teammate, Pau Gasol, you know, competing fiercely, leading the American team to a championship, to a gold medal. And it's incredible. You know, I don't know how many things in life have like poetic justice, but that was one of them. You know what I mean? And, man, incredible game. So back and forth, so many great players, so many great plays, and arguably, like I said, the greatest of all time. Yeah, so if I was ranking Kobe, Tim Duncan, and Kevin Garnett, listen, Kobe's won and it's not even close. Kobe's won and he's not even looking to see who's behind him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like cruising through the finish line. He's like Usain Bolt when Usain Bolt broke the 100-meter record. You know what I mean? Like he's going through the finish line. He's got his arms up. He's activating the crowd. He's about to strike that pose. And you know what pose I'm talking about with Kobe? The one with his arms stretched out, with the confetti falling down. You know what I'm talking about. This is a GOAT, ladies and gentlemen, in the Hall of Fame. You know? And incredibly awesome day. Even though there's so much tragedy going on right now. And 2020 has been rough. I understand. We're right there with you. Right there with you. But what an incredible moment. And how about Vanessa Bryant going on video today on ESPN? Unbelievable. You know, I don't know that I have the strength that some of the people have in the world. I'll tell you what, I'm damn sure not as strong as Vanessa Bryant. Straight up. One of the strongest people I know. Not personally, just obviously that I've seen, that I've heard about, that I've read. And I'm extremely happy for that family and for the other people that also got into the Hall of Fame and their families. But I just wanted to take a second. I had to talk about it. He's my favorite basketball player ever. He's my favorite athlete ever. He's the GOAT, man. I mean, it's Kobe Bean Bryant, guys. You know, I can't even go into too much detail without kind of being emotional about it. It's awesome to think about and terribly tragic at the same time. Too soon, right?